Hello and welcome, Exiles. Today I'd like to make a video about Bloodnotch and Immutable Force. Now I know I'm late to the punch, there's other content creators that have made videos, Ali made a great video on it, but I am here because I don't think it's getting enough attention. This thing can literally make you hit-based immortal, except for something that hits you very, very hard if you don't have the mitigation for it, like a Shaper Slam. If that thing can hit you for your entire life pool, yes, you're still going to die, but there are very few things in this game that can realistically actually one-shot you. Now, why is this so strong? Well, originally I thought there's no way if you're forcing stuns in your build to be good, because Bloodnotch requires you to be stunned. It says, hey, if you get stunned with the hit, then you instantly recover 50 or 40 to 60% of that hit. Now, I have a 56% roll. And you're thinking, well, how do you force stuns? It's actually pretty easy. You just grab this mastery here. If you're a life-based character and you have a little bit of ES, pretty much everything's going to stun you, so it's not a hard condition to meet. But the question is, will the stuns feel bad? And the answer is no. Immutable Force is realistically, from my experience, it's basically stun immunity with a few minor stutters that happen very rarely. I leveled with Immutable and the ES Mastery, and it really felt like I was pretty much a stun immune character. I can move around freely whenever I want to. I did very occasionally get hit out of an animation. It didn't happen very often. I think I noticed it a few times, though, if the hit was hard enough. That being said, it's not going to stop you from performing your build unless you're a channeling build. I know you can get stunned. I know it can happen. Like you can see with my Cyclone right now, you can see that the animation keeps restarting over and over again, but I don't think effectively, like say you're cast on crit, that is going to stop you from triggering all your spells. You're still hitting a bunch of times a second. You're still getting that damage. That being said, if you're something like Divine Ire that wants to charge up and do a big blast, well, you're definitely still getting stunned out of it, right? So this won't work in a build like Divine Ire, but pretty much everything else, if you have any decent cast speed or attack speed, this is effectively a solution that feels like stun immunity to me when I played it. Now, why is it so strong? It's pretty simple. If you're getting instantaneously the HP back for 60%, there are mechanics in this game that can take care of the other portion of damage. So, Petrified Blood, for one, takes 40% of the instantaneous damage and makes it degen, which you can mitigate completely with Recoup. Or Progenesis, that's the other way. If you're rich, you can do Progenesis. If you're poor, you do Petrified Blood. Basically, both of these mechanics combined, Bloodnotch and Petrified Blood, you effectively are recovering every single hit, the entirety of that amount of damage, and more if you invest into more Recoup. You only need about 30% Recoup and 60% Bloodnotch, or if you have a bad roll Bloodnotch, so you have a 50% Bloodnotch, maybe get 40% Recoup, and you will still perfectly sustain all hit damage that is dealt to your character. Also, on top of that, it is consistent. You might be thinking, well, how does this compare to something like Aegis? Aegis relies on block. And if you get unlucky and you low roll a block, say your character can take 3 hits in a row, or your character can take 3 hits. Well, if you get really unlucky, and it's going to be something that'll happen, maybe there's 4 hits in a row, even with 75 block, that you don't block. It's not likely to occur, but it could technically occur, and maybe you die in that scenario. This is every single hit is stunning you. Every single hit is giving you that sustain. The only hits that aren't stunning you are doing a minuscule amount of damage to not proc a stun due to the fact we are basing our stun on our ES pool. You don't need to worry about making your energy shield 0, just as long as it's only like 1k or 2k. Pretty much every hit's going to be stunning you, and the stuff that isn't stunning you isn't dealing enough damage to realistically mean anything in terms of killing your character, especially if you have a little bit of sustain somewhere else, regen, leech, whatever. So hopefully this shines a light on how disgusting this mechanic can be. I'm making this video because I'm planning to use this in my next character, and I think it's going to be really, really cool, really strong. And also, I needed to give you guys something that puts a light on Bloodnotch, because I think it's really, really, really slept on. Now that I've tried it out, tested it, this thing is disgusting. And for 2 jewel sockets, I think I would almost force this in pretty much any life-based character I could. It is that strong, in my opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. Take care, Exiles.